Hey, welcome everyone. This is Mike from zozostockwatch.com, and this is going to be your trading watch list for the 7th of March, Thursday. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the news that came out after the bell tonight. We had AEO, American Eagle Outfitters, come out with earnings after the bell tonight. Earnings per share beat by 1 cent. Revenue miss. That stock moving down in the after hours. We got some other earnings that came out after the bell tonight. MYRG had earnings. That stock is moving down. Earnings per share, revenue beat. Actually, I'm sorry. MYRG is moving up in the after hours tonight. ASRT, earnings per share and revenue beat. Nothing much going on there for them. We'll keep scrolling along. We had a Brew come out with earnings after the bell. That stock is fading off in the after hours. Earnings per share, revenue miss. CDNA, earnings per share and revenue beat. Not much going on there. DSGX, earnings per share and revenue miss. ADVM. That stock earnings per share beat, revenue miss. Not much reaction to that in the after hours tonight. Guidewire, GWRE, reported earnings after the bell. Earnings per share and revenue beat for that one. That stock moving up in the after hours. Yext had earnings. They're in that software infrastructure. Yext earnings per share and revenue beat after the bell tonight. Stock popped up, kind of just trading flat at the moment. REVG, earnings per share, revenue miss. Earnings per share beat, revenue miss. And let's see what else do we have as far as some earnings that came out. IDRA, Idera Pharmaceuticals beats by 5 cents, beat on revenue for IDRA. And this news is courtesy of the Trade Exchange, news service. RBZ was up in the after hours. I didn't see any news on it, but RBZ is up in the after hours. NEO, the stock that had earnings last night, getting shellacked today. This stock trading lower in the after hours on NIO. ALBO, 200 million mixed shelf coming out after the bell tonight on that name. And not much reaction at the moment. So that's some of your news, courtesy of the Trade Exchange News Service. So we've been talking about the markets all week, showing you the SPY. We are starting to get that rollover effect now. First time we've closed below the 5 EMA and the 10 SMA so far this year. We are coming into close contact with the 20 SMA. Here was your action in the SPY today on the intraday chart. Basically, they popped us in the pre-market, and then we kind of just sold off for the rest of the day as we grinded with a lot of fits and starts in between. We were trading TIVX at certain points. TIVX is the volatility index. We were trading that at certain points of the day. We won on one. No, we won on two, lost on one. So TIVX, we traded that today. Here's the lows from yesterday at 276.92. So we'll call it around 277 area is where we have to watch now. This orange brown line down here to see what they want to do in the overnight session. We've been we got as high today as 279.25, and then we kind of just rolled over. We didn't really get above and hold above VWAP most of the day, the green line that you see there. So that's your SPY. He's hearing a lot of talk. Everybody's watching the Russell 2000. This is kind of never got above and held above the 200 SMA here. You see here by the RSI, we're now back down to that 50 spot on the RSI on the IWM. We're down below the 20 SMA here on the daily chart. So this is kind of leading us down here. If we go back to the SPY on the RSI, we've been talking about how we're taking a breather from this 70 spot on the RSI and starting to pull back here. So let's see if we're going to come back down to this 50 spot on the RSI for the SPY. So the numbers for today, the Dow Jones was down 133, the Nasdaq was down 70, and the S&P 500 was down over 18 points for today. If we look at the percentage for the day, the VIX was up about over almost 7% on the VIX, so some volatility showing up in the markets. That's why we were playing the VIX. We also shorted Nvidia today. We got a nice short on Nvidia. In the morning, we did get a pop in Facebook. We traded Facebook. We traded some smaller stocks today also. Overall, a decent day, not a super colossal day, but we made money today, but we've had better days. Let's see, as far as to the downside, you see a gold JNUG moving down over 7% on the day. So gold, not the safe haven. The OIH, the oil services sector, was down 3% on the day. Names as Schlumberger, Halliburton, Rig. The IBB was down 3% for the day. The solar sector down almost 3% on the day. The IWM, the micro cap, I'm sorry, the IWC, the micro caps down almost 2.5% on the day. The IWM, the Russell 2000, down almost 2% on the day. The SMH was over 1.5% down on the day. The marijuana ETF, the MJ, down 1.64% on the day. Even the China internet stocks took a hit today, down over 1%. KWeb moving down. So that's some of the sectors. I'm sorry, this is some of the sectors now. We'll take a look at that, the percent change. The XBI, the biotech's down 4% on the day. The XME, the metals and mining, were down over 3% on the day. The XOP, the oil and gas exploration, that was down almost 3% on the day. To the upside, basically, we had the XLB. The materials were up fractionally for the day. The XLU, the utilities, were flat for the day. Let's go ahead and take a look at the heat map from FinViz for today. A lot of red on our screen today. There are some pockets. We had Disney up a little under 1% for the day. Netflix had a good day, up 1.5% on the day. Facebook was green today, up a little under 1% on the day. Amazon was down today. Google down fractionally for the day. Microsoft down fractionally for the day. Pfizer took a hit today, down over 2%. Merck was down over 1%. AbbVie was down over 1% on the day. Apple was down about 0.5% on the day. All right, let's get into the watch list. So after the bell, ALSK had earnings after the bell come out. The stock closed at $1.70, currently trading up at $2. Normally doesn't get a lot of volume or attention, but it had a big run back here up to about 205. So we'll see what this one wants to do tomorrow. Alt is on my watch. A strong move in the after hours here, ALT. So this one will be on watch tomorrow. AVCO has been very quiet on AVCO. It popped up to about 13 a few weeks ago, has been pulling back, holding above the 200 SMA. Kind of quiet here. The high today was 420 on AVCO. A decent close. Would like to see more volume come into this name, but AVCO will be on watch. Kind of a sleeper. AWSM will be on watch. Looks like it's bouncing and holding above the 10 SMA here. The high today was 448. So we'll see how this one sets up intraday. Maybe watch it over that 4.25 area for that one. AXSM. This one is basing under $9. The high today was 902. Keep an eye on that 905 area on AXSM. BPTH had a super colossal supernova day. It recently did a 1 for 20 reverse split, so a big day. They had phase 2 data come out today. Super huge volume. So we'll see if this one sets up intraday. CRMD grinding higher all day. CRMD below the 20 SMA here. 2.9 million shares came into CRMD. The high today on this name was $1.85. We'll keep that one on watch. DFFN turning the corner, looking pretty good here, starting to build up some momentum. Would like to see a little volume come into this name. 191,000 shares today, holding up in the after hours. Got as high as around $5 on DFFN, so keep an eye on that. LMFA was popping up today. Once again, I want to see some more volume come into this name. Now, into the close, it was popping up. It's holding up okay in after hours, so maybe one to watch. LYB, a higher priced name, had unusual call activity. John Najarian mentioned this one on CNBC. You see the volume, 3.9 million shares. Now, this stock had been below the 100 SMA, finally getting up over that area. The high today was 89.77, so I'll have that LYB on watch. It's funny, we go from an LYB now back to a stock under $1, MTP. This one popped recently up to $1.10. We've been holding above the 200 SMA, holding above the 5 EMA here. The 10 is starting to curl back up, so I'll have a MTP on watch tomorrow. OHRP was very strong today, pushing up in the after hours also. So this one also did a recent 1 for 20 reverse split. 2.2 million shares came into that one, OHRP. Let's see. Some other things we're going to have to watch now, depending on the markets. QID is an inverse, so I'll be watching this if they want to turn the markets down. Some other things in that kind of TZA, if the Russell continues, the IWM continues to move down, the TZA is an inverse, can continue to move up. You see the move it had today, so I'll be watching TZA. TIVX is a play on volatility. I'll be watching TIVX. We traded this a couple of times today on TIVX, so I'll be watching that tomorrow as the market moves down, as volatility comes in. TIVX will move up. Another inverse I'll be watching for tomorrow. SPXU is also an inverse of the S&P 500. As the SPY moves down, SPXU and SDS will move up. Some other stocks, this RBZ is moving up in after hours, popping up, kind of leveling off here a little bit. RBZ will be on watch for tomorrow. RTTR, we actually got a trade in this afternoon on RTTR. Popped up over 93 cents. It popped all the way up to about $1.07. So I can trade anything in my service, from a Netflix, an Apple, all the way down to an RTTR. I'm not shy. If it's moving, I'll try to trade it. Now, I do prefer stocks that are at least over $1, but there wasn't much going on, so I took a shot on this RTTR. We got a nice trade in it today. SNES. Now, this one had a big move today. 1.2 million shares. The high on this name is $1.13. So I'll have this one on watch. We've moved from about 90 cents all the way up to that $1.13 area. So maybe it needs to settle down. TENX was popping and moving today. You see it's kind of starting up here. 4 million shares came into TENX. Keep that one on watch for tomorrow. And let's see. Yext will be on watch tomorrow, holding up okay in the after hours after their earnings. We'll see if this wants to do anything tomorrow. Zayo, also, strategic alternatives came into was news on this one today. So it popped up, it held its gains. We'll see if there's any kind of continuation move in this one, or maybe some kind of red to green move on this one. So that's the last one, ZAYO. This is Mike from zozostockwatch.com. Hope you have a good day trading tomorrow. This is your watch list for Thursday. Be careful out there with the markets. We're seeing a little bit of a rounding top right now. Markets stalling out a bit. Maybe they need a rest. We've come a long way from the December lows. So don't overtrade out there. And if you'd like to try my service, it's $30 for 30 days. You get one each day for $1. $30 for 30 days. This is Mike from zozostockwatch.com. The next time we do a video will be on Sunday. All right, so we take a little hiatus from Thursday to Sunday, and then we'll be back with the videos on Sunday. Have a great day trading tomorrow, and don't overtrade.